Brand new Fox polls out tonight that we've been poring over, and they do give us a picture of how women in the country are feeling about the Kavanaugh vote. From the looks of it, two Democratic swing votes in the Senate, Claire McCaskill and Heidi Heitkamp in North Dakota, could suffer among women if they vote no on Kavanaugh. You can see a majority of the women voters in those two states would be less likely to vote for them if they reject Kavanaugh. Here now, Kimberly Fletcher. She is a sexual assault survivor, and she's the executive director of the Moms March movement, a group that supports the confirmation of Judge Kavanaugh. So, I mean, Kimberly, that's the first question for you. You're a survivor of sexual assault. We've seen this as a real bonding exercise among a lot of women who have suffered sexual assault, who feel like it's finally their turn to stand up and be heard. Why do you not feel like that as someone who has been through this yourself?
Well, I think this idea of creating this victim mentality is actually hurting our girls. And I decided I was going to be a survivor and a victor. You can choose, you don't choose whether or not you are victimized, but you do choose whether or not you remain a victim. And I was not going to give that to the person who hurt me. I was going to be the victor in this. They can't control me. And so I am the victor. I think we need to tell that to our girls. You don't have to be a victim.
It's a very interesting perspective. When you watched Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, did you not find her credible?
I think the word credible needs to be investigated a little bit more. I think she was compelling. She was definitely compelling. And I do believe that there's definitely something that she feels that happened, and something probably did happen to her. But the idea that she could say 100% that she knew who it was, but she couldn't answer a lot of the other questions, I think that's something that people need to start talking about. The idea that women never lie and men always do, that sets up our men and our sons for some disastrous effects in the future. And I know I'm hearing from mothers all over the country who are up in arms over this, and they just want it to stop and get this confirmation to move forward.
Yeah, because but you heard Alyssa Milano. I don't know if you heard that soundbite just a moment ago.
I did.
She's saying, you know what, too bad. Women have been suffering, children have been suffering in these cases for so long. And if men, feel a little bit beaten up right now, that's too bad. The pendulum has to swing.
It actually hurts the women, and I wish that they would understand this. What they're doing by marginalizing an act of assault or violence against a woman and turning it into a political tool or weapon actually diminishes the voice of every woman who ever may be assaulted or have violence, or like in my case, where you were molested, and no one is going to believe you. How could they, when they're turning it into this political weapon? And how can you say that you care about women when you're willing to do that? And the women that I talked to, I kept asking them, the women who were all through the Dirksen building with their Believe Women shirts, I said, what if it's not true? What if he didn't do it?
And what did they say to you?
They said it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's what they told me.
That's scary. That is really frightening. So the message is, we don't mind taking down a few innocent guys if it serves the larger cause.
That seems to be the message.
Incredible.
Kimberly, pretty scary, isn't it?
And you have a march. Tell us quickly about that.
So we had a conference today, and we are launching a Moms March. It's our second annual Moms March that we are holding in March in San Antonio. And the reason why is because we want an alternative voice to these radical feminists who are out there trying to demoralize our men, demonize them. We want to be able to say, no, you know what, we love men. and there is evil in the world, but it's not all men. This idea that white men are the enemy of every person, every woman in the country, we want to turn that around. And that's what this movement is all about. And we are going to be heard. We are rallying. Mama Bear's been poked, and there's going to be some changes in the conversation.
Fascinating. Kimberly Fletcher, thank you for bringing your thoughts to us tonight. Very interesting perspective. Good to see you.
Thank you, Martha.